Alright guys, so if you couldn't tell from the title of today's video, we are on the new sport bike, the 2024 Triumph Street Triple. I'm super excited to show you guys this bike, do this little ride along, and review for you guys. I just got this bike about 2 weeks ago, and I've put about 200 miles on it so far, just riding it around, breaking in the tires, really just trying to see what this bike can do and have some fun with it. And let me tell you, this thing is a lot of fun. She's cold right now, so I'm gonna be nice to her for the first couple minutes of this ride. But this bike has been a blast so far, even just in break-in, just riding it around with friends and everything like that. It is a massive upgrade from the little Ninja 400. It's a really chilly day today out, so I'm totally wrapped up. I got lots of jackets on. I feel like a snowman, and I got a passenger today on the back of my bike, so hopefully this will be a fun little ride and review for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. But yes, this is the 2024 Triumph Street Triple. For anyone coming to this video, I also have a 2023 Kawasaki Ninja 400. That was my first sport bike. Previously, I had a KLX 300 and a 2022 Honda Grom. That was the bike that I started on, and I decided that I wanted to upgrade to something a little bit faster and more upright for going to work. I didn't really know what I wanted to get. I was looking at a couple different options, like the Duke 790, as well as the Trident 660, but ultimately I went and chose this one, and I'm really glad I did. This bike makes about 118 horsepower, and it shows. It's a quick little bike. It's definitely worlds faster than the Ninja 400, and it has great handling too. It's super fun. It's sort of heavy. I was surprised by the weight of the bike. It's got an inline 3 motor in it. I'm not exactly sure how much it weighs, but it is definitely a noticeable difference over the Ninja 400 in terms of weight. I would say probably like 40 pounds, maybe. But just doing things like moving it out of my garage, and even just riding it, I can feel the weight difference, especially at stops and stuff like that. And like I said, I have a passenger on the back of my bike right now, and it definitely makes a difference. I've ridden with her on my Ninja 400, and honestly, the passenger on the Ninja 400 helps it out a lot because they're super light bikes, and on windy days, they don't feel the best. But with this bike, I think it might be hurting it a little bit. This bike is nimble for the weight and super quick, but with a passenger on the back of it, it kind of feels a little bit sluggish and kind of goofy. That could just be because this is a new bike, 200 miles on it so far, and the suspension isn't super broken in. But with a passenger on the back, it just feels goofy. It feels off. Not bad. The passenger seat on this bike is definitely a lot more comfortable than the Ninja 400, as well as the regular seat. So it's definitely more suited for a passenger in that sense. But riding-wise, it's more of a challenge. I definitely notice by the end of a ride, I'm way more tired from holding up this bike with a passenger on it than I am with the Ninja 400. What else about this bike? This thing is a lot taller than the Ninja 400 as well. The seat height on it is super tall. I can flat foot it at 5'11", but it is my feet are almost off the ground. Like if I was a little bit shorter, probably like 5'8", 5'10", I would not be able to flat foot this thing, and I would be on my tiptoes. So if you're a shorter rider, they have a low seat height option that might be better fitted for you, especially if you're a beginner rider with the added weight and everything like that. Is this thing a beginner bike? Definitely not. I'm in rain mode right now, and the power is substantial. If I had gotten this bike as my first bike, my first learning bike and something to learn on, it definitely would have been way more of a challenge for me to get used to it. It's a lot of power. The brakes are super. It's got Brembo brakes on it, so they're super grippy. It's got ABS traction control and all that, but still, like, this, at least for me anyways, this bike would have been a massive learning curve to get used to. I would definitely recommend something like the Ninja 400 for a first bike. All right, we're coming to a stop right here on a hill, and you can just kind of see that my feet are flat on the ground, but it's not comfortable. They're straight. I could have gone there, but unfortunately I didn't because I was talking to you guys. And my girl's just behind me wondering what I'm doing. All right. Overall, though, this thing is definitely a lot more comfortable than the Ninja 400 seat-wise. So you guys can see there, it definitely just takes off. Even in rain mode, it has a lot of power. I can't really beat on it too hard because I'm still in break-in, but it has a lot of power. I've ridden it a little bit around in road. I haven't tried out sport yet, but in road mode, it definitely can take off on you. So I'm curious to see what sport mode looks like, but that'll be for another time and another review, because she definitely doesn't want me to get too crazy right now on this thing. But so far I am having a lot of fun with this bike. It is fantastic. I love everything about it. I love getting on this thing. It makes me smile. It looks great. And I did not sell the Ninja 400. I still have it, so I'm still going to make content with that bike. But I did trade in my dirt bike that I had for this bike. One of the main reasons that I wanted to upgrade to this bike is just my commute to work. I have a very far hour commute to work, and the Ninja 400 does all right with it, but definitely started to have was very sore by the end of my ride. My legs were killing me and my back. So this thing is definitely much better for the daily commute to work and to my house after work, and a lot more power for if I decide I want to take the highway instead of taking back roads. A lot of times I would end up taking back roads to work because of the fact that the Ninja 400 can do highways, but it wasn't great for it. And a lot of the times I would end up avoiding certain roads just because I knew the Ninja 400 did not have the power I needed to be comfortable on that road. The suspension on this thing, super stiff. However, the bumps don't feel as bad as they do on the Ninja 400. The Ninja 400 definitely suffers if you hit a pothole or a bump or anything like that. You feel it everywhere. You know, you're getting slammed into the tank. You feel it, you know, it hurts. It's not great. But on this thing, it's there. You feel it, but it doesn't hurt nearly as bad as the Ninja did. Just going over those speed bumps was completely fine, and I didn't feel like I needed back surgery after hitting those. But even hitting them at like 10 miles an hour on the Ninja it hurts. This one, the nice thing about the 2024 models for the R is that they included the quick shifter up and down. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this entire time I've been using the quick shifter up to shift gears. I use it down every once in a while, but it's honestly the price you pay for this bike, $10,000, getting a front up and down quick shifter. Oh my God, amazing. You also have tons of different modes with this bike. You have rain mode, which I'm in right now. You have road mode. You have rider, which is the custom mode, and then you have street or sport. I'm sorry, which is definitely the fastest of all the modes. You'll get the full 118 horsepower there, whereas in rain mode you're about 20% down in power. So it's probably making around 80 horsepower right now, maybe a little bit more. And honestly, 80 horsepower on this bike is great. Road mode, I'm probably about 100 horsepower. And like I said, I've driven it around in road mode a couple times, and that's fun as well. But I am super excited to find out what the sport mode feels like. You have traction control, you have ABS, you have lean ABS, you have a ton of different features on this bike that really make it a good intermediate level bike. Like I said, it's definitely not the bike for beginners, but for a moderate intermediate rider, someone who's been riding bikes for a little bit, you know, maybe you're upgrading from something like me, like a Ninja 400 or a CBR 500 or R3, and you want something with a little bit more power, this is definitely a great step up for that. Instead of just hopping right on an R6 or something like that, this is definitely a good step up. And it's a lot faster than something like the MT-07 or the R7, which you're only getting about 70 horsepower, and you might quickly become bored of that too. One of the reasons I decided to get this bike is I figured, I've been riding around with 50 horsepower on the Ninja, and that's a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun on that bike, and I figured if I want to upgrade and spend a lot of money, I might as well get some decent horsepower out of it. And with rain mode, I'm able to have it turned down and just kind of enjoy the bike for what it is. But if I want to turn it up and have more power, I have that option too, which is really nice, honestly. And for $10,000, you get a quick shifter up and down, you get tons of modes, you get a beautiful looking bike. Honestly, Triumph makes a gorgeous bike. So I figured I could not beat that deal. So this is just kind of my ramblings about the bike. For the rest of the ride, I'm going to let you guys enjoy just silence and listening to the sound of the bike. It's got the stock exhaust on it right now, but I think it still sounds really good. And I hope you guys enjoyed my ramblings, and have a great day.